You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go! This is your main camera. If you want to look over there, you can look over there, whatever. But all right, yo, man, 15 Minutes of Fame. Usually I do this at the bars at the bar, which is funny that I actually have 40 bars and we're not at the bar.
Not at the bar.
But just for the record, everybody, this is we're gonna run down the best we could with a nice little history of 40 bars and how 40 bars became to be.
40 bars.
So first of all, tell everybody who you are.
40 bars, aka that bitch, aka the queen of the ring. That's who I am. Nah, let me stop fucking around. Nah, but I really am. All that shit's true.
Right. It could be more than one queen. Can it be more than one queen of the ring? No.
No, there's only one Queen Elizabeth. All the other bitches are like duchess and you know, princesses and jesters.
Because you know they say E. Hart is still queen of the ring.
I don't remember hearing that.
I've heard it a lot. I've heard you thrown out there also.
See, I've heard it the other way. See, I've heard I'm the queen and she's been thrown out there sometimes.
Well, I ain't gonna lie to you because I'm standing here with you, but usually you hear more E. Hart.
No, you don't.
I do.
Maybe you do. But I hear more 40 bars being the queen.
Well, that's because people gonna say that in your presence.
Nah, I see it on Facebook. The consensus is I'm the queen because I helped change female battle rap. E. Hart, people say she's a queen because she's a pioneer, she's a veteran and stuff like that. But outside of that, I'm still the queen. E. Hart could be an honorable mention for the second queen.
What was that?
She lost. That's why I'm the queen.
What was that battle?
Like March of last year.
Where was it at? Because I was there.
BB Kings.
BB. And you know what? We'll get into that when we get to that battle. Because that was a monumental moment for you to actually do as well as you did that night. But let's go back to Carlisa. Let's go to Carlisa before Carlisa could rent a car, lease a car.
Well, lease, I still can't let them tell her. I still can't lease a car. I own a car, so it don't matter.
Yo, that line, it just always sticks in my head. It's one of the dopest
bullets
name
go through your car, Lisa.
That shit was real hard. So take me back. Let's go back to when you started to rap. Like, did you start off as a rapper or just straight go to the battle rapping?
No, I've always wrote. Like, I used to write poems and stuff, and I've always played around in the studio. I never was a serious rapper, but I've always helped. I've always been in and around the studios and stuff like that. So, you know, I'd help my friends write little hooks and stuff, or like, oh, let me do this little part. But I never decided I was going to be a rapper. I always thought I was going to be a singer, to be honest. I never thought I was going to be a rapper.
So it was poetry.
I always wanted to be an R&B singer or something.
Can you sing?
Yeah.
Let me hear you sing something right now.
Nah.
Too much pressure?
Nah, because it'll be just my luck. I'll be like, then die. Nah, but I mean, I'm nice. I'm okay. I have a decent voice. But rapping's definitely more my forte these days.
So it went from you just writing poetry. When did it actually did you one day go to a studio, put it on a beat?
Not necessarily one day, but it's probably over. Like, I was going back and forth in while to the studio. It wasn't a real studio either. It's more like a community center that had studio equipment in it. So we'd go and we'd all be down there.
How old were you?
Maybe like 16, 17, something like that.
Okay.
And we'd all just be down there playing around with the music, and I don't know, I just was showing people my poems and stuff, and they were saying like, yo, those could be raps, like, yo, you should try to write a rap and stuff like that. And I tried, and I was alright. And then I wanted to be better, so I just kept doing it. And I stopped writing poetry and completely only write raps now.
All right, so now you went to the community center, and did you lay something down? Was it recorded?
Yeah, I recorded times.
Do you have any of that?
I could probably find it somewhere. I did.
I'd love to hear it. No matter whether it was good or bad, it'd
I
be...
think it was alright, but you could tell. Like, I remember doing. I remember rapping over to that Little Kim's beat. My bitches, that song. You know what I'm talking about? My niggas, that shit.
Right.
Rapping over it, and I'm just thinking about like, what the fuck was I thinking? But, damn, I could probably ask my homeboy if he has any of those things. But I didn't have it. It's been so long.
Yo, if you could find that and give it to me before I put this out, and I can add it into...
I'll try. I promise I'll.
That shit.
Because the guy
Be dope.
who actually produced my EP, my Musically Evolved, was the person that was in the Big House back then.
Oh, wow.
So I've known him for years. So
Okay.
I asked him, like, yo, is there any way you can find those? Maybe. I can see.
Yo, I'm gonna be on you every day
I'ma try
after
to.
today. I want that to put in here. That would be nice. I'm sure your fans will want to hear it. It doesn't matter. They still want to hear your fans. You got about 3 or 4 fans, right? You got 4 or 5 fans, right? That would probably want to hear it. Not too crazy. All right, so you now you do that again. That's just for fun. No big deal. It ain't like you had a vision that I'm gonna be a rapper one day. You just for fun.
I just was doing it because everybody else was down there fucking around with it. And I was too scared to really sing, so it felt like the rapping thing made it easier, so yeah. Yep.
So now from there, when was the next time you actually, did you record? At what point did you say, you know what, I'm gonna be a rapper? Where did that come from?
Wow. I'm gonna be honest, I probably was playing around in the studio off and on for like maybe a couple years. Like, I didn't decide I wanted to rap or anything until, damn, I don't even fucking remember. That's a good question. I'm so indecisive, so, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think maybe around when I had my daughter. I'm thinking maybe like, I was like 20, 21 around that time, like right around when I had my daughter. I think I decided like, yo, I could really do the music stuff because I was getting better. I was actually going to real studios and being around people who really did music. And even though I was always kind of afraid to kind of rap on the mic, like I'd spit little stuff here and there, I'd give people suggestions and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, I could do this. Let me stop being scary. And then I started writing music and really deciding like that's what I was going to do. So maybe like 20, 21, that I decided I was going to rap.
All right, so what? Like, you went to the studio at 21?
And I was going, ever since I was 16, I was always in and out. I believe like around like 20 is when I decided I'm going to go for me. Like, let me try to go in and do this instead of just tagging along with people and shit like that. Like, around when I was like 20, 21.
You went and paid for studio time, or?
Actually, there's a DJ in Boston. He's like a legend for Boston and stuff. And I had walked into his store. I was washing clothes, and his store was like 2 things down, and he had owned a record store, Funky Fresh Records. His name's
Funky
Rusty.
Fresh Records.
Yeah, his name's Rusty Pendleton. And shout out to Rusty. I'm not even gonna front because I never have had this of a in-depth interview where I could give him this props. But I walked in there, and I just was asking him like, hey, like, what do you do with music? What do you like? Just asking him questions, picking his brain. I'm that kind of person. Like, oh yeah, I think I want to rap. I think I'm kind of good, and da-da-da-da. And I think I rapped like my go-to rap for him. I had like, you know, the go-to rap that
What's
you just...
the go-to rap, 40? Come on now, don't hold back for the fans.
I don't even remember it. I swear to God, like, I don't even remember it. But I remember like rapping my little go-to rap for him. And he was just like, oh yeah, you're good. Then he said, let me hear another one. And I was kind of like, yeah, really don't have another one for you right now. I mean, I had other little raps, but nothing that I thought was going to impress him. So like, yeah, I really don't have anything, but I'll come back tomorrow. And he was like, you know what? Write to this. And he gave me Warning to write to. He gave me Warning by Biggie. And he gave me Ether by Nas to write to.
Wow.
Told me to write to those. See, it probably took me... I didn't go back to that store for like a month. I couldn't do it. Not like couldn't do it, but I didn't feel like nothing that I wrote was good enough. I kept hearing, I don't know. I wasn't confident in what I was doing. But when I went back, maybe less than a month, maybe like 3 weeks, probably took like 3 weeks. I went back, and I was rapping and stuff. He played the instruments right there in the song and in the store. And I rapped both of them. He's like, yo, these are amazing. Like, we're going to do something with this. And at that time, I think he was trying to put together some kind of little management team. And he started taking me to record, like professionally record.
Wow.
It's the first time I like really professionally record. I got it like, no, that's not good. Do it again. Do it again. That track's trash. And, you know what I'm saying? Like ad libs. This, like I started learning, and the situation that he had kind of fell apart. He never really got the management company off the ground, but that was my start. Oh, those songs. They ended up. He had me write them to be diss records for the other females in Boston, because he said nobody knows you. There was already like 3 or 4 girls in Boston who were running it. There was like major ladies in Boston, so they was like already lit. And Rusty was just like, well, if you want to get some attention, 50 Cent starts problems every time he drops an album. And I was like, oh, okay. So he had me, basically kind of target the girls, and I thought it was a dope idea. I did it. Fucking, I don't know. The city didn't fuck with me for a while because those girls were the ones who were lit. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard to diss somebody that's already
who just
on top.
doing their own thing. I just come out the cut and like, yeah, fuck these bitches and stuff like that. So, I mean, it was a good and a bad thing. It got me some buzz here and there, but I wasn't able to be on the shows that they were on. It wasn't nobody calling me to put me onto these things because they were the movement at that time. So
that was your real first taste of quote unquote battling, even though you didn't get a response. But
yeah, they wouldn't even acknowledge me.
Right.
Like the one girl that I kept coming at, she would not even acknowledge me. She kept telling people like, I'm not battling her, and I think that made me more mad that she acted so I didn't exist.
So she heard the other girls heard it, but just didn't care to respond.
Rusty has a radio station, so he's playing it all on the radio.
Oh.
So spinning it on like local Boston radio and stuff like that, and like it was good. Like I have those songs are still on my MySpace. I think like that's how those were.
I'm
like
gonna need that.
Warning and I could definitely get you those. I have those, and after that, so it was kind of then when Rusty stopped doing the music thing or whatever, so I'm just kind of in limbo, like, well, what do I do next? I just thought he had all the answers. He was gonna put my music out, make me a huge star, like that's what I thought. And I started learning there's a lot more other shit you have to do. I was hanging around with my cousin at that time, and he was really into smack. Really, I mean after, like he's really into smack. And I was watching smack with him here and there and watching different battles and stuff. And after that, I was like, yo, I like battle rap. Probably watch battle rap.
So before we go there, the females that do you remember their names?
Hell yeah.
What was it? Who were
The
they?
ones I came at in Boston?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? One of them tried out for Queen of the Ring.
Wow.
After the one who kept snubbing me, Miss Chic.
Miss Chic. Okay.
Because like I said, she was, it's so crazy because like, and like at that time, and Boston's a real small city. Like at that time, like she was everywhere, killing all the ciphers. Like she was thick, she had a little butt. Like everybody was on Miss Chic. So she's battling dude, she's killing him, and then you got me making my song, and I came at her. There's another girl named Bayhala, and I talked about the whole group. It was mostly Chic that I targeted because I felt like she was the one who was probably, you know what I mean, like whatever the biggest threat or the person I needed to beat, and like I said, the bitch didn't even acknowledge me. She'd be like, I'm not battling her, like, nah, fuck that. So it was like that. But then it changed, like the shit changed. I don't know what she started doing with her career, but I know I was hearing less and less of her. Or maybe because I started like dipping into the New York, into the battle circuit or whatever, because I stopped hearing from her. But in the amount of time that her buzz kind of died down, mine skyrocketed. You know what I mean?
Wow. So
when I came back to Boston, as far as everybody's like, yo, I see you on Queen of the Ring, it's different. It's not like, oh, they go the girl that was hating on the bitches from Boston and shit like that.
So just in case I don't get lost and remember to ask you, she tried out for the Queen of the Ring?
Yeah, she did 2 battles on Queen of the Ring.
How far in Queen of the Ring were you before?
This was, you know when she battled? I want to say the weekend I battled Daylight. Because I want to say like they had a
Closed room or something?
The next day.
Okay.
The next day, and I feel like, yeah, she battled Classy that day. I think it was the weekend I battled Daylight. I could be wrong, but I think
you might have to look that up. Miss Chic versus maybe Classy?
Classy. No, she definitely battled Classy.
Okay.
And I remember being there, and I think that was like my first time like really seeing her like in person, like as far as like outside of home.
Ever since that stuff?
Yeah, because the stuff, even at home, like we might have seen each other here and there at a situation, but we didn't rub each other. We just gave each other the look, and it was just that.
Right.
But she was always, I'm not gonna front, she was always like more lit than me. as far as like the people she was dealing with, the moves she was making, just the respect that she was given. I just was like, not that bitch. So then when she came to Queen of the Ring, and she tried out, she came into the place where I was that bitch. You know what I mean?
Right,
and I was
right.
sitting there watching her do a sparring session after I just headlined the night before. I'm just looking like, it's funny how the tables turn. It's crazy. You know what I mean? And yeah, we still don't really rock with each other, nothing like that. But that was.
But you didn't like. She didn't say nothing to you at that sparring session, like y'all having.
She said, "Yo, you know what she said to me? She walked up to me and she was like, yo, I'm really proud of you, yo." And she said it to me in a way like I felt like she was trying to sun me. And that could have just been my own ego thing, because like I said, I had a whole bunch of my own hang-ups that I had to deal with. Like, you know what I mean? So it could have just been that. I'm a real female, so I can understand. I don't know what it was, but I was in my feelings how she said it. I don't know if it was like I don't know. I just felt like she was being funny. I was like, I'm real proud of you too. Ain't you about to go spar? Good. And that was it. that was our interaction. And I was being so petty because when they introduced her, they was like, such and such, they said her name is like from Boston, and I felt like everybody in the venue turned and looked at me.
Well, of course.
Like I was supposed to know her. You know what I mean?
Right.
They turned and looked at me, and I was silent as a church mouse. Then it was like, Classy from Jersey. I'm like, let's fucking go, Classy. Just petty shit.
Petty Pendergrass.
Petty. But yeah, like.
So she's not like she doesn't even battle, because I'm really not familiar with the
she
name.
hasn't came back to Queen of the Ring. She definitely still makes music in Boston and stuff like that. So she's
You already know, Classy, Trenton, New Jersey. I'm about to catch this fucking body. Let's go.
I love seeing Classy.
It's your girl, Miss Chic, man, representing Boston. Let's get it.
I'm saying, like, she's definitely respected in Boston.
Okay.
But I don't know if the battle circuits are for her. I don't know, but yeah.
All right, so now you do the diss record, boom, boom, boom. That doesn't work out, and now Queen of the Ring doesn't exist
Not yet.
at this stage of the game, but you're been turned on to the smack battles.
Watching Grind Time and stuff. See, I didn't
Grind
watch it,
Time.
yeah, watching Grind Time.
Right, because you were on Grind Time. So what is the, that's the one thing that I gotta always do my research on and make sure I understand of when Smack and when Grind Time and Fight Club, like how do they all time-wise, how do they all float around? That's one, because if you were on Grind Time and Smack that was the DVD era.
I was on Grind Time. I think I battled. I mean, it's so crazy. Damn, it's been a great. I battled Maroney July 2011. That's when I tried out for Grind Time, 2011. Yeah, because I'm thinking I get my daughter 2007. Oh, 8, 9.
Maroney's 2011, July 2011.
I'm pretty decent with my
Yeah.
memory sometimes. That was the Grind Time battle. And I literally, July, maybe January, I had went first a couple months before that, and I had like missed the tryouts or whatever. I got there too late and stuff. Because after I had been watching the Smack and stuff with my cousin, I was watching Grind Time. He didn't like Grind Time because it was more like the whole nerdy kind of thing. He kind of like...
It's a whole mixture in Grind Time, right?
Like, he used to watch Murder Mook and Party Hardy all the time, the same battle, over and over. I used to be like, bruh. You know what I mean? But I liked, you know what I'm saying, like, the other stuff like that.
But that's the battle culture, period. Some
Solomon
people
and stuff
like
like
the
that.
hard Smack shit. Some people like the King of the Dot. Some people like the whole
Stuff you gotta think
mix
about.
of everything. Yeah. That's the reality of battle rap. That it's preference.
Everybody watches it for different reasons.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
So many people could read a situation the same way. Like, oh shit, they got killed. You're like, what? Did you hear what she said though? Yeah, but did you see his face when he said it? Like, that's what you're looking at it for? So it's like, yeah. So
Real talk.
I liked Grind Time, so I seen a poster or something on Facebook or something, and they said Grind Time was coming to, they was going to start a new division, Grind Time New
Okay.
England. So, Edo G.
Edo G and the Bulldogs.
Edo G.
Is that I got to have it?
Got to have
That's
it,
my
yeah.
shit.
Be a father to your son. Like,
Be a father.
yeah,
Good.
That's
Oh.
Edo G,
Yeah,
man. It's
yeah.
Boston.
What up, world? It's your man N.O.G. My man Aztec right here. This is Grind Time New England. Boston, make some fucking noise!
Him and Aztec, this other guy, Aztec too, he's super dope too. They I don't know if they started the Grind Time the New England chapter. I don't know what, but it came about. They said they was having tryouts and stuff like that. I went downtown. I missed the first one. The next one was like a couple months later. That's when I battled Maroney in July, and
So you battled Maroney. Was battling Maroney a tryout?
yeah, kind of.
Okay, so
yeah.
it was okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to be.
So that was your first time being thrown into a battle. Have you ever actually, in front of somebody, battled somebody before Maroney?
There was, okay, so when I went to the tryouts, and I want to say it was like January, February, because I think it was still cold outside. When I went to the tryouts in January, February for grind time, I got there too late. They was leaving, and there was this guy there, and I was like, well, I want to battle. And they was all kind of looking at me like I was crazy because I was the only chick. So they're all looking at me like I was like crazy, and I was like, well, I want to battle. Like, how do I come to the next one or whatever? They're like, battle him. This dude, and I don't even want to make fun of him, but I just think that they were trying to be fucking funny because he wasn't a battle rapper.
Because you were a female,
So I started rapping, and I think he said something about my radio, and I just kept rapping my material that I had prepared to come depending on, because I didn't know who I was going to rap, battle against. So I just would spit my little material, probably like maybe 32 bars, nothing crazy. And they was like, oh yeah, come back, you can come back, yep. We're having another one, and Edo G was like, yeah, and he was like, who do you want? And then I was like, who's the best one you guys have here? And they said Maroney. I said, okay, well, I want him.
Was he the best, or did they just?
It was a toss between Maroney and this kid Rage.
Okay.
He was fucked by, but I think Maroney was more a better all-around battler as far as, again, personality, shit that I realized people look for in a battle. Maroney was more charismatic. He was more engaging. He just, whatever. I don't even think his material was that much better than mine, but he did better. So then I learned when I watched, like, damn, I look like a fucking robot just trying to recite my shit and make sure I got it all out, watching that battle.
Sometimes trying to remember your bars can fuck up your performance because you're concentrated.
Nervous, and it's just a lot of stuff if you don't think something hit. Like, did I take enough time for that to people to process that? Like, all kind of shit. And I overthink everything.
So again, the nobody dude was the first time somebody stood in front of you and went back and forth battling.
Yep. And and it wasn't even a real back and forth because I said my piece, he said something on my radio, like being funny, like, and that was it.
They just wanted to hear you.
They want to see if I can actually.
Okay, so now you got Maroney.
Yeah.
You battle Maroney. How you feeling? Because was it a lot of people there?
It was a decent amount of people. It wasn't crazy, but it was a decent amount of people there.
Nervous?
Yeah, I was scared as shit. And I had my cousins, the one who actually put me on to smack battles and stuff, he came with me, my other cousin, my homegirls, and we was all getting ready to go to the club afterwards. Like, we were like, yo, we about to go kill this fucking this battle, and then we're going out. So I was all dressed, I had my little dress on and shit like that, so when we leave, everybody clowned me in the comments too for having the dress on. I was battling and holding my little clutch and just like.
I know I seen the battle, I just can't.
I had on a pink dress. Yeah, pink dress and a pink clutch, and I'm just rapping like, God, if I know then what I know now. But that's kind of one of the reasons why I decided to wear dresses in the ring too.
Me killing them with the
because they kept dragging me. Thank you. They kept saying, well, she wore a dress to the ring. I said, well, you know what, now I'm going to fucking wear one all the time. I only had it on because this tryout was right before we were going out, and I wasn't going to go home and change it. I was stupid.
A fluke turned into a whole thing.
My gimmick.
Now, real quick, Gaddis. Was Gaddis already in Grind Time by then?
Mm-hmm.
So, who was the
Gaddis.
first female on Grind Time?
I don't know.
It's a good trivia. It's a good bar exam question.
I'd been watching Gaddis. I'd watched Misfit. I'd watched QB. Like, I had watched those. I watched was it QB and Sarah Connor? I think I seen it like outside them battling or something like that. Like, I had watched make sure my time's up. I had been watching them for a while.
Okay,
like,
so you knew enough about battle rap when you walked in that door. Yeah. So okay.
Yep. I was like, oh, they could do this. I could do this. And then when I battled Maroney, I was like, oh, okay. And I felt like I did good. Everybody said I did good, but I know it wasn't what I was trying to go for. So I said, okay, we're going to do this again. And they was having another event. I want to say October. They had another event like a couple months later. Me and Maroney had a judged battle too. You know what I mean? Chilla Jones. That's when I first met Chilla.
You met Chilla at the Maroney battle?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Chilla.
Did he battle that day? Okay.
T Moneybags was down there too.
Wow.
He's always in Boston.
Yeah, T Moneybags is on the Grind Time move too. So.
T Moneybags, he judged that battle that night. they all judged and they gave it to Maroney, which was fair because he won. But they was telling me, T Money Bags was like, yo, Shorty, yo, you're nice, do your thing, keep doing your thing and stuff like that. I was like, all right, bet. And I told him I was
Maroney was strong at the end. I gotta give it up to Maroney just by a slight edge, man. Slight.
Boy, the last two I gave to Maroney. Had the crowd, a lot of punchlines, but don't get it twisted. You cannot put 40 against another female, fam. It's not even fair.
Going in, you know what I'm saying? I give a respect over GP for battling a man, you know what I mean? Because you gotta give respect for hopping in the ring for that. But I keep it a buck, man. I ain't gonna front, I give it to Maroney, man. He was more consistent, you know, it had, you know what I mean? I'm gonna give it to him, though.
Kind of annoyed, but he was a beast, though, man.
Bingo.
So, yeah, Maroney, I give it to him, but she's a fucking problem.
I want to do it again. They said I could come back. I was like, they weren't gonna put me on the card because they didn't have any other females for me to battle at first. Like, it was just like, I don't think they wanted to keep doing the...
Maroney was a dude, though.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't think they wanted to keep doing that. I could be wrong, but it was more so like, we gotta find you a female. Like, we gotta find you a female. We gotta find
So
you
why not Gaddis or Misfit?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's because Boston was like a smaller situation and they wasn't willing to like bring them out at that point or whatever.
So
you know what I
they
mean?
were still keeping you local.
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't
And
trying
the
to
whole
give
league,
you.
I think they were still just trying to get the league buzzing like that division because they had just added the new.
So it had nothing to do with grind time, the big picture. They were trying to build something small in Boston to connect into. Okay, gotcha.
That was my understanding of it. That's why they had like LOG and stuff like that. Like he was mostly, you know, setting up the things like that, but they still had the whole grind time umbrella. So when I met Direct.
Direct's is he from Boston or New England? He's from that
from Mass.
vicinity,
He's
right?
from Mass.
Shout out Direct.
Father Wisdom.
Direct.
That's Father Wisdom. But yeah, so I met them and stuff like that. And again, they said they was having another event. I was pressing them like I didn't like how I did. And I wanted another person. I wanted to battle again. And I want to say, I always get it fucked up. I think I battled Gatman Jones next.
Menace.
I battled Menace next?
My research says
No,
Menace.
then it's either her or him.
I don't
Because they
even
were very
see
close.
Gatman.
Oh yeah, because Gatman Jones, they didn't put up official footage.
Okay,
I
'cause
think
I
I
don't
battled
even see
Gatman before
that.
Menace. Because we were on that stage too. That was the Boston versus, it was a New York. It was Grind Time Boston versus Grind Time New York.
And that was Menace?
And they brought it, no, that was Gatman Jones.
Oh, okay. And they never dropped the footage.
I battled him and yeah, I have that. I battled him next. And I fucked him up. Because he was, Rusty again was doing some local, every Monday at the Dublin House, they give artists an opportunity to come up and perform, and they'd have a couple battles and stuff. And Gatman Jones was up there killing it. Like, he was like every week fucking everybody up. And I was like, that's who I want. That's who I want. And they gave me him. I beat him on the stage. Then the next battle was Menace. Lost that battle. In overtime or whatever, we had like, I wasn't prepared for that. Like, I think almost every battle I learned some shit, I swear to God. Just when you think you know everything there is or know what it is about battling, there's some other bullshit that's thrown in a loop. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing an overtime round for? Like, cut it out. I came with 3.
Well, that's what happens when you have a judged battle.
I came with 3 good rounds, and guess it wasn't enough. 4th round, I mean, the overtime, I wasn't prepared for that at all.
Was Ed O.G. and them still the judges?
He wasn't more so the judge, more so the host.
Okay.
They had a couple other local people who were judges who I thought was some funny shit, because I felt like they were Menace's friends, but it wasn't. It was just mad shit that happened.
Right time, New England, we just had a dope battle, and once again, we are going to overtime.
Lost to Maroney, beat Gatman, lost to Menace in that round. And at that time, around then, fucking Chilla reached out to me. And he hit me up on like Facebook or something, and he was just like, yo, there's a female league, you should try to get down. You should try to, watch for Queen in the Ring, because I wasn't hip with Queen in the Ring. He was like, you should try to get down Queen in the Ring. And I was just like, I don't know. Because in my mind, I'm like, yo, listen, if I'm one of the only females in this male situation, I'm going to stick out more. So I don't know if I want to go dance with all the other bitches, you know what I mean? So at first,
It's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, I wasn't really trying to do the Queen of the Ring thing. But I still told Sarah. Sarah had reached out to me and she asked me, after I lost a minute, she had reached out to me and asked me to take Precise in New York. And that was for January 2012. We're still in November at this time, like October or something, when I battled Menace. I think I battled Menace October of 2011.
Don't remember the month, but it was definitely 2011.
Yeah, it was the fall. I'm only going, because I guess sometimes I could look back at what I was wearing, it was cold or whatever like that. It was the fall. Because the following month, I got lined up to battle Queen in the Ring. I battled Ema X, November 2011.
December.
Okay.
You got a good memory for all that
You
weed
sure
you
didn't
be
come out?
smoking.
You sure didn't come out in December?
Probably, it's a possibility.
I think I battled her in November.
Possibility.
And so I battled her in November.
I liked her.
Ema?
I liked her.
Yeah,
With this, I liked her character. I just liked her.
She's like, I'm gonna hole in your circle like a DVD.
Right.
Oh, really?
She was really funny, but had some bars too.
She said the shit that you rock ain't a mountain to this cat's skills. That still sticks in my head to this day.
She
like,
was nice.
Shout out Ema, that bar was fucking fire.
And what's the word? Animated.
Yeah.
She was so animated. I fucked with her.
I said, damn, out of all the times, like now she wants to start swearing. And Ema, you ain't rap like that before. You battled me, now you getting all crazy on me. It was, my kids got crack baby names. What was this? I feel like everybody brought their extra shit for me, I swear to God. But when I took the battle with Ema in November, I had already committed to battling Precise in January for grind time because I still was dealing with grind time. I didn't know that I was going to actually push through the sparring session because after the sparring session and the whole choke, I was supposed to battle Flo in January. I'm sorry. Let me stop. I battled Ema X because I was supposed to battle Flo. Like 2 weeks or something before, like maybe 10 days.
Flo was the one that battled E. Hart in the first Queen of the Ring
Did they?
battle, if I'm correct. Yeah.
It might have been. And
Yeah.
wasn't Duchess? E. Hart and Duchess battle? Or was it Flo?
E. Hart battled Duchess after Flo.
Okay.
Flo and I think they set off Queen of the Ring, the first event, Flo and E. Hart. Yeah.
So, yep, I was supposed to battle Flo. They ended up calling me like 2 weeks beforehand. I was like, nah, you got a new opponent. You got to write for Ema. So I started, scratched that, wrote for Ema X. I did my sparring session. They were still, because I choked, they wanted me to do one more sparring session. So I was supposed to battle Hazzy, January. But I also had the Precise battle. The Hazy, why do I keep calling her Hazy? I'm so sorry because I have a Hazy Williams. I was watching that video from Snatch.
Oh, the dude.
Sorry, bro. Came up in my timeline the other day. Hazzy, shout out Hazzy from Baltimore. I was supposed to battle Hazzy, and they ended up saying that we didn't have to do that. We wasn't going to do that. I was going straight to the ring to battle Star February 4th or something like that.
Star Smiles.
But I still had to battle Precise January 29th. So I battled Precise a week before I battled Star Smiles.
But it never came
And I had
out.
still been writing for Hazzy.
So the Precise never came out?
Nah. Ask Sarah Connor what's up with that footage. She said it was trash.
Wow.
Yes.
The battle was trash or the
Maybe
footage?
Probably the footage, because the shit that I wrote for Precise, I love Precise. That's my babe. But the shit that I had for her that night, yeah. Like to the point where I wanted to fucking use my material again.
Wow.
Like, well, that shit's not coming out, then give it to this person. But it would have been just my luck that as soon as I did that, they dropped my footage out. So
ooh, that
no
would
go.
have been bad.
Yeah, no go.
So you beat Ema X, do you?
I think I lost Ema X.
Okay.
Because I didn't like how I felt when I left. And you got to keep it real with yourself sometimes. And I don't feel like she killed me. I feel like it could be a debatable battle, even with my chokes, because I know I had strong material, but I don't feel like I won that battle.
Anything you remember that nobody knows about that day or that battle? A fun fact?
A fun fact?
Yeah.
No. I went into that battle extremely emotional. Like, I got some bad news on the way to the fucking battle in Jersey. Like, just crazy. Crazy shit. But I went to that battle, I did my thing, but nothing crazy, just personal bad news I got on my way there.
So next up was Star Smiles.
Star Smiles.
One of the most inviting personality and smiles and faces. Like, She's
Star
just your
School as a
favorite
fan.
everything.
Yeah, Star School and shit.
Star Smiles, I love her.
I didn't even know she was that cool till after we battled. She's cool as shit.
Yeah.
She has a nice attitude.
And she's that mob, right? Did you?
Yeah,
were
I think she was that mob. I don't. She's. I don't,
15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go.
15 minutes of fame radio.
Now stepping into 15 Minutes of Fame Radio. Yeah.